We now return with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in Mystic Cave Zone. Home to, I think it's Act 2, has what we refer to as the infamous pit. Which, I mean, if you know what it is, I don't have to describe it to you, but for anyone else, there's a pit full of spikes, somewhere close to the end of Act 2 of Mystic Cave Zone, that has absolutely no way to get out of it. Which just begs the question of why isn't it just a bottomless fucking pit? Since the only thing that you can accomplish by going down that pit is death. And it's further annoying if you happen to be supersonic and you fall into that pit, because then you're stuck down there until you run out of rings. Which, if you're good enough at the game, you're gonna have a lot of rings. But that's in Act 2, we're in Act 1. The only thing that I have to worry about are those stupid things crushing me while I'm playing a supersonic. Which, you know, it just becomes a recurring pattern in this game, is that I feel like playing as supersonic in this game is somehow not welcome in this game's code. Like, despite the fact that this game was coded for the sake of having supersonic in it, it doesn't seem like the code likes supersonic that much, because so many glitches that you can incur with supersonic. And I think there are just a lot of glitches that you can incur in Supersonic and Sonic 2, because the game just wasn't stable enough to support Supersonic. And ultimately, that's just another thing that I hold against this game over Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because Supersonic, the entire super form for Supersonic, feels a lot more stable in that game. But that is Act 1 out of the way. You know, for as much as although, to be fair, most Sonic games have really good and catchy music, so saying that's still one of Sonic 2's high points in spite of everything else that I kind of hold against it, isn't saying a lot, because you can say that about any Sonic game, good or bad. Yeah, it's like, things like this. It's just like, if you had the 50 rings and you went in there and you knew about it, that's an okay thing. Otherwise, it's just a random tucked away checkpoint that you wouldn't need otherwise. Because it's just like, it's a checkpoint. Much like this is a checkpoint. Like, a checkpoint placed there is something where I can say, oh, that can help, because you're actually probably going to pass by that and catch yourself and think, okay, hey, I need to save my progress in case I end up dead after this point. But the ones that you find behind hidden walls, that's just like, no, those ones are there solely and explicitly for the sake of, if you already have 50 rings, here's another place where you can activate a special stage. And even that comes with certain caveats, because if you hit another checkpoint before a checkpoint in a certain sequence, here it is. Yeah, that's the pit. Can't see the spikes down there. I wonder why. But, I approached it slowly, so screw that pit. I'm sure we won't have to need to come back to that later for any reason whatsoever. At all. Period. I'm sure the people who know what I'm alluding to know what I'm alluding to, but for everyone else, let's just keep it a secret. Anyway, what was I on about? Well, I know I was talking about music, and, you know, Sonic 2 has some good tunes. Mr. Cave being one of them, obviously. Of course, it's still not a case of these are tunes that, well, for a lot of classic Sonic the Hedgehog games, they're not tunes that I would just sit down and listen to the soundtrack on a good day and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit down and listen to Mr. Cave Zone. Or the Sonic 2 boss theme. Even though they are themes that I really like. Still not sure which I like better, the Sonic 2 boss theme or the Sonic 3 boss theme. And, well, I say boss theme, there are multiple boss themes in Sonic 3. So, there's that. And now we are in Oil Ocean Zone. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't care for this zone that much. I don't. It's just sort of a thing with some annoying Adnic placement. But this isn't far too awful when you have widescreen to work with, but still. I don't like it. It's bad and awful and dumb. Oop. And it's got some aggravating gimmicks where you have to stop and hit things. I thought I was going to take a hit from those stupid starfish. The seahorse, not starfish. We haven't... This game does not like me playing as Super Sonic. Can you tell what I was talking about? This game doesn't like it. But yeah, anyway, Oil Ocean Zone. What is it? An oil refinery out in the middle of the sea. A sea filled with crude. You know, it's annoying enough that Eggman likes to pollute in any other underlying ways with his power plants and whatnot, but to literally be dumping crude oil straight into the ocean, that's disgusting. That's horrible. Beyond wasteful. Like, we already have to deal with the cause of big oil spills from shipwrecks and whatnot. But you're just pouring it out. It's just like, why are you even pulling all this oil up from the ocean floor in the first place if you're just gonna dump it back into the ocean instead of trying to use it? You're a horrible person, Dr. Robotnik. Unless, however, this isn't actually the ocean. It happens to just be a place that, for all the crew that you've managed to drill up, you've actually... You are literally making an ocean out of your mining operation here. Which is... Well, to be fair, that's honestly no better, but at least there's not an active ocean that... If it were the case... At least it means that there's not an active ocean here that you're polluting. No, you're just creating a new one that is already awful. You know, I'm glad that this game allows you the option to turn into Supersonic by your own choice, rather than you're automatically turned into it with a jump. But the one thing that I'm still annoyed by is the fact that you still have to listen to this repetitive tune over and over. God, the Badnik and spike placement here. Like, there's a lot of reasons not to like Oil Ocean. Like, there's a lot of constant back and forth. The structure isn't, you know, very Sonic-y. Like, I mean, yeah, there's some slopes here and there, but there are no shuttle loops. There's no, you know, heavily angled slopes. And there's just a lot of badniks all over the place. Also, I can imagine it can be a little bit confusing playing this level as Tails on his own, since the background is orange. Because, you know, that's one of the great things about Sonic the Hedgehog with his blue body and his red sneakers. A lot of contrast there, and the environments that he runs to, he contrasts against, because, you know, aside from water, there's not a lot of natural blues in the world. Or unnatural blues. I mean, this refinery is purple and gold. I don't get that. And green, yeah, this is... can't forget about the green. Whoa! Good thing my spines are so slick that the oil just slides right off. Actually, maybe that's what I should have thought about Wacky Workbench when we were doing that. It kind of probably would have reminded me of this level. You know, except the floor, instead of the floor being made of crude oil, it's made out of electrified bounce pads. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is a different kind of boss, and in any other version of the game, I'd have done a lot more damage to Dr. Robotnik's device by now. But for whatever reason, this remake has opted to make the hitbox for Dr. Robotnik's stupid submarine a little bit more fickle. You know, I swear, back in the day, I remember coming across a remix of this song in particular that had... It wasn't like a remix combo, it was a remix in the style of, like... Or maybe I'm thinking of a different song. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's not this song. I remember it was one of the boss themes that I found a remix of it, and oh my god, we're in Metropolis Zone! God damn it! Alright. This is it, folks. This is home to the Badnik Trinity of fucking evil. You already saw one of them. Those are the Asterons. Starfish Badniks that are stuck inside the wall, and when you approach them, they pop, sending their spikes all over the place. And coming up, we have the Shellcracker, a cousin to everyone's favorite crab meat from Green Hill, except he's a fucking asshole with a hitbox made of shit. But those two don't compare to this monster that is the Slicer! You son of a bitch! What can you do now? I'm supersonic! Slicers are the most obnoxious fucking badnik in this entire game. Hell, I'm almost tempted to say in the entire Sonic the Hedgehog franchise repertoire, because it's what they do. Much like the stupid seahorse badniks in the previous level, is that they tend to snipe you from off-screen as you're running towards them with their bloody slicing boomerang blades. Hit the mic there for a second. But, ooh, Supersonic, none of these badniks stand a chance. I'm not gonna give them a chance. Starfish Asterons, screw you. You shell crackers in your awkward hitboxes, get blown to bits. Slicers, where is your god? I will make you pray to your non-existent god, Slicers. But yeah, that was Metropolis Zone Act 1, and Metropolis Zone is an outlier among the various zones of this game in that it has 3 acts. My understanding is that the 3rd act is actually recycled from an unused zone concept called Genocide City. I want you to think about that for a second. That a level in this game could have been named Genocide City. Doesn't that just sound like an enticing place to be? Screw you, Slicer! But yeah, they scrapped the whole Genocide City concept and reused its level geometry and concepts for a 3rd act of Metropolis Zone. I mean, doesn't that just sound great? More Metropolis Zone. More of this obnoxious place filled with the worst badniks possible, and some gimmicks that I just aren't any good. Screw you, shell cracker. But yeah, this is supposedly like Dr. Robotnik's big, super, mega ultimate base. Can't fuck Slicer. And I don't know. With the green and the bronze, it doesn't quite seem all that, you know, menacing. Right? You could just about say the same thing about the good future of Metallic Madness. And the present version of Metallic Madness, it was a shade of green as well, although I think that shade of green came across a lot better in that game. This is, this looks like, what would you call this shade of green? Degraded copper, I think. I don't know. Not degraded, there's a word for it. It's Statue of Liberty color. I don't know. Screw you, Slicer. I don't like you. No one likes you. No one ever liked you. Why do you exist? And also, why are you thematically misplaced? Like, there's a lot of things about the Metropolis Zone, because I think that was another concept, is that when Sonic 2 initially had this idea of having time travel in it, Metropolis Zone was going to have a past version called Wood Zone. Or, well, what we only know as Wood Zone because they didn't really manage to come up with any better name for it before they dropped that whole concept. Because Tails, you triggered that starfish! I swear you did! It's all on you, you little fox! Ooh, almost got crushed there. This bolt is just son of a... Ugh. Screw you, Slicers. Get out of here. No one wants you. You're just... freaking nuisance. Trying to... make lyrics that fit with this song. Wasting time, I guess. I'm not good at this sort of thing. Shell crackers! Oh, great, and piston crushers. Small ones, but still. Obnoxious sons of guns. God, Slicers! You tricked me! And I got my revenge. What is this turnaroundy thing? Like, I know it's some sort of mechanical thing, but it's basically floating in the air. So what's its purpose? What does it do? Granted, I could ask so many questions about the purpose of any number of things in these games. It's just like, why is this mesh circular thing that I can run through here? These pistons, these cranks. These belches, these mantises. Mantises, starfishes, and crabs. Even then, starfish and crabs don't really fit in with the whole wood zone idea that they would have had. Like, the mantises, yeah, those are things that you find in the forest. Screw you! And I'm gonna go up this screw! Unless Wood Zone was intent to have underwater sections? Maybe? I don't know. Buggers. I hate you all. And yeah. We move on to the end of Metropolis Zone to face off with Dr. Robotnik. And this stupid thing. It's like every time you hit him, he deploys one of those circles, which has one of those balloons in it. And it's just like, screw you, go away. As supersonic, that means nothing to me. And it never will. But I'll tell you what does mean something. The end of this part of Sonic 2. So with that all said and done, thank you absolutely everyone for watching. As always, there will be links in the description below to my various social media outlets, as well as my coffee page if you want to follow up on that. This is the Devasia mentality out.